absolute most beautiful time of the year is almost upon us. It is almost time for nerds around the world to collectively come together, whether they're actually physically going into E3 over in LA, or of course just sitting in their room watching the conferences live. One way or another, this is a moment where we all collectively come together to celebrate video games, or of course at the same time also yell at each other over stuff we don't want to see. That generally also happens as well. But E3 is almost here, guys. What's going on? It's Cynical, and welcome back to another video. Today for you guys, I thought we'd sit down and talk about what I'm really looking forward to in terms of E3 this year. This is a video that I do every single year before E3 kicks off, and it's basically just a video where I talk about what I want to see, what I'm really excited to see, and sort of what I want to see more of. Now, really quickly before we get into this video, I do want to put some honorable mentions on screen as of right now. These are some games that I am obviously looking forward to, but these are games that I've already talked about in a previous video, whether it be Kingdom Hearts 3, which is entirely obvious because we talk about Kingdom Hearts all the time, or of course some other stuff that I already mentioned in my PlayStation E3 videos. So these honorable mentions are Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, The Last of Us Part 2, Spider-Man for PlayStation 4, as well as Kingdom Hearts 3. These are 5 titles that I am definitely excited for, but I'm not going to mention in this video as we've already talked about them. So let's kick it off. First and foremost is Fallout 76. This got revealed a few days ago, and my god, dude, I am so damn excited. Most of you guys probably already know about the whole Fallout 76 thing, and I gotta say that I wasn't really expecting a Fallout game so soon after the release of Fallout 4, but here we are in 2018, skipping multiple Fallouts and going directly to Fallout 76. Now, we don't know if this is going to be a fully fledged Fallout game similar to previous installments like Fallout 4, New Vegas, or 3. Basically, it's been described as being a Fallout game that has a bit of a multiplayer sort of focus on it. There have been different leaks coming out suggesting that it could be to do with like base building. There is apparently going to be a single player focus with exploration and quests, but then there's other leaks that suggest that it might be closer to a game like Rust. So we don't really know like what Fallout 76 exactly is, whether it's like the previous installments or if it's like a completely different setup altogether. One way or another though, we know that Fallout 76 will be at E3 this year, and it's going to be one of Bethesda's major titles, so I cannot wait to learn more. And speaking of Fallout 76, a Fallout 3 remaster. Now, this has been rumored for quite some time, and there is actually a little bit of evidence suggesting that a Fallout 3 remaster or anniversary edition might be coming to our sweet, beautiful hands sometime soon. Kinda seems weird to have 2 Fallout announcements all in one go at E3, but it's totally possible. One guy who suggested that Fallout 76 is going to be the next Fallout game to come before the actual reveal of Fallout 76 also suggested the fact that there is also going to be another Fallout announcement at E3. This was my entry point into the Fallout series, so I would love to see a Fallout 3 remaster for the PlayStation 4. Give me that trophy support. You guys should know that Fallout 3 on PlayStation 3 didn't actually have trophy support, and even furthermore, the only version of Fallout 3 that actually works 100% without really any crashes is the Xbox 360 version. Unless you have a Windows Vista, it's pretty much impossible to play Fallout 3 without any bugs or crashes on Windows 10. And Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition on PlayStation 3, once you get to a certain point of the game, your save file becomes so large that the game ends up crashing, bugs happen, it's just an entire mess. So yes, I would love to finally get my hands on a proper working edition of Fallout 3, bring it to the PS4, Bethesda. Make me happy. Next is Rage 2, another recently announced Bethesda title, and I was surprised to see that Bethesda decided to, continue with Rage, seeing as the reception behind the very first Rage wasn't really that great. It really wasn't that great. I played a little bit of Rage back in the day when it first came out. I didn't play enough of it to actually finish the game, but I played enough of it to kind of get the gist of what's going on. It was an okay title. However, Bethesda are continuing the Rage train, and this time around, Rage 2 looks actually kind of cool, like really cool. It kind of reminds me of like Borderlands, Fallout, and the gameplay and gunplay of Doom just kind of all combined and mashed together. It looks like a complete crazy mess of explosions and bullets, and it looks like a lot of fun. So looking forward to finding out more about Rage 2 this year at E3. Next up is Beyond Good and Evil 2, a title that people have been waiting an extremely long time for. We actually got the reveal of this last year, and so we're hoping that E3 this year will kind of win us over with, you know, perhaps maybe a new trailer, some more information on the game. Ubisoft have actually been pretty good in the ways of releasing more updates to do with this game and explaining exactly what we're going to be doing. From the sounds of it and from the looks of it, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is taking on an open world concept, like a real open world concept to the point where you can fly out of the damn planet. Now, we saw this within development footage of the game, so whether or not this is still an idea that Ubisoft are going to keep for the final version, I'm not too sure, but I want to learn more. It's looking very promising. Next is Super Smash Bros. So we know the Invitational Tournament is happening at E3, which is going to be the very first place in the world that we will see the brand new gameplay footage of the next Super Smash Bros. Game. Now, I'm actually kind of like a newcomer when it comes to Smash. I got involved in Smash through Smash 4, and so since then I have sort of dipped into the whole Smash thing. I'm very excited to see exactly how this is going to differ from the previous Smash installment. Looking forward to the visuals, but you guys already know it. I'm looking forward to that Sora for Smash. I mean, who knows if it's gonna happen, but please make it happen. Next is Spyro the Reignited Trilogy. One way or another, this is going to be at E3, like, hands down. It is set to release this year in September, and I would say that E3 is going to provide us with a brand new juicy trailer. We've only received one trailer to do with the Reignited Trilogy thus far, which shows us a few different shots of Spyro 1. So I would say the trailer that we will receive at E3 will be showing us some Spyro 2 stuff. Not really too much to say about this other than I just need more Spyro in my life, so yes, I'm looking forward to seeing more. Biomutant, a THQ title that got revealed last year, and at first it looked a little bit strange, but as we've received more gameplay and more information to do with this title, I am very intrigued. While it does kind of look a little bit clunky and here and there, like it kind of looks like it needs a bit more polishing done to the game, I gotta say that we might have a promising title right here. People have described it as being a Devil May Cry crossover with like a Jak and Daxter type of format, but from what I've seen, Biomutant is slated to release sometime this year, so we're likely to probably receive the release date for that game at E3, along with some new footage. Next up is Devil May Cry, or Devil May Cry 5, or just like another Devil May Cry, but a Devil May Cry that is not made by Ninja Theory. I'm sorry, Ninja Theory, nothing against you. I actually did like your edition of Devil May Cry. I just wish it wasn't called Devil May Cry. I wish it was called like Angry Punk Rock Boy Defeats Demons. That's what that should have been called. But we haven't had a Devil May Cry game from the original director and developers since Devil May Cry 4. You know, the game with this guy, with the guy that looks like Dante, but he's not, he's Nero, this guy. Yeah, we haven't had a Devil May Cry game since then, and it has been rumored for a very long time now that the original director, I wish I could say his name, but I do not want to butcher it, has been working on a brand new project for quite some time now, and there has been teasers towards it possibly being a DMC game. They were originally wanting to unveil this game at E3 2017, but needed more time to work on the project, so we're hoping that this year's E3, finally the director can come forward and announce whatever this new title is. We do believe it is DMC, mainly because recently there was actually a domain that was registered under Devil May Cry, which seems to be that Capcom might be getting in the mojo of getting a website set up for the game before the reveal of it officially. I'm super pumped, I'm super excited, I need more Devil May Cry in my life, cannot wait to see if it's actually going to happen. And finally is Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is not confirmed, and we don't know whether or not it will have a presence at E3 this year from Square Enix, but it has been so long. 2015 was the last time we got to see any new footage for this game, dude. Otherwise, since then, it's just been like a few different screenshots, little pieces of information, but that's essentially it. I think at this point, fans are getting thirsty, fans are getting hungry. It's been many years now since we last saw any footage, so I think a lot of us are interested to see, you know, exactly what has changed since the last preview of the game. Really though, people just want to see more of this. Please, Square, You're killing us. Now, I thought I would end this video off with 2 wild hopes. I actually don't have many wild hopes for this year's E3, but I do actually have 2 in particular. Now, what I mean by wild hopes is more so things in which I don't think will end up happening, but if they do, my god, I'm gonna bust several nuts. First up is the new Bioshock game. I have been waiting so long for this to happen, and it's unfortunate that Irrational are no longer taking on the Bioshock franchise. Ken Levine has since stepped down, as well as Irrational Games, and the development of Bioshock is now being handled by 2K. However, we do actually have some movement in the Bioshock scene. A secret studio that is under 2K is currently developing a brand new project, a project that goes under the name of Project Parkside, which a few people are led to believe that this could potentially be the next entry into the Bioshock franchise. Now, I personally don't believe that we'll see any Bioshock this year. In fact, we most likely won't see any Bioshock until probably 2019, 2020, maybe even 2021. Apparently, this is a very small team that is developing this Project Parkside, and so it is going to take them quite some time before they actually get to a state where they're ready to reveal whatever this is. Hopefully Bioshock. And my last wild hope is Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 for the Nintendo Switch. Up-res that bitch to 1080p, 60 frames per second, and you got yourself a nice time. No, you guys don't even understand. I have literally been holding off from playing Super Mario Galaxy 2 for so many years. I own it, as you guys can see, but I have never played this. And the main reason why I've held off from playing that game for such a long time is I am desperately grasping onto the hope that Nintendo, at some point, finally decide to bring these games to the Switch with that up-res. Because I would love to see Galaxy, especially with all of its visuals and stuff, being represented in 1080p or just really HD in general. There are videos over on YouTube with the games running on the Dolphin emulator in like 4K, and they just look jaw-dropping. So Nintendo, please bring Galaxy 1 and 2, and maybe even Sunshine while you're at it, to the Nintendo Switch. That would be sweet. However, guys, with all that being said, that is my E3 sort of hope, wish list, anticipation list video theme bob. I am super excited for this year's E3. 2017's was a little bit lackluster, a little bit stale, but 2018's, I feel like it's definitely going to make up for it. This is going to be my very first E3 in person. I'm actually making my way over to LA at the end of this week, so I just simply cannot wait. If you guys want to keep up to date with all the E3 goodness, like I said, I'm going to be there in person, and the best place to keep up to date with everything that's going on with me and what I'm doing is over on Twitter, so my Twitter link is in the description below. Give me a follow if you want to keep up to date. Now guys, I'm Cynical, hopefully you dudes are having a fantastic day, and until next time guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.
Hit them on the page, you'll be coming through stain. Gold in my mouth when you suckers be bluffing. Milk crate, gaming up your bitch though. Catch me in the back playing Super Nintendo.